All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker of Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable on 94.3 FM The Talker. I am here with my co-host, fellow realtor husband, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
Wonderful. How are you?
Very good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How you doing with your resolutions?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I love winter. No, Tommy, I hate it. No.
We have with us Patrolman Tom Richardson from the Dunmore Police Department today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many exceptional realtors who have been listing, selling, and appraising real estate for 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, we have a new high-resolution camera up on the roof at Dunmore Corners. And just click on the webcam tab and you could see what's going on at Dunmore Corners. Even the Dunmore police sometimes ask about that.
We have.
And we record everything now, so we're good.
Yes, and I like it, especially when the weather gets nasty. I check the road conditions, but you also want to check to see when you head out if there's any gridlock at the corners.
That's right. That's a busy place.
It's a busy, busy place. Check us out on social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobilefriendlyjruddy.com. JRUDDY.com, where we also have on the radio tab listed all the popular podcasts where we feature our radio show. So check that out. Okay, Tommy Richardson, patrolman with the Dunmore Police Department. How's it going these days?
Good.
Crime up, crime down?
Consistent.
Stable. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad, but so what's going on these days? We just got through the holiday season. And we hear about people losing their packages that are delivered to their front door. Is there a lot of that happens these days?
Yes. It is on a curve because most people do have video doorbells and different security systems. But we do still see our fair share of people going up, following the trucks and taking packages off people's porches.
They follow the trucks.
Yes.
Not good.
I wouldn't think say I'm not a criminal. I wouldn't think of that.
Yeah, they do go as far as some will follow trucks around, see where they're dropping. We have had delivery drivers report it to us.
Delivery drivers?
Yes.
Wow.
Interesting. Now, so with, and social media, I think probably has transformed what you do, because I know we had an incident that we lived through several years back where we had to file a police complaint with the Taylor Police, and they put the image of this person on social media through their department, and they were able to ID this person.
Right, and he got convicted, and it was a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure with this Ring doorbell and these security systems that are in place, people take the shots, and I've seen it myself, where bikes were stolen in Dunmore, and then the person puts it on Facebook and says, does anybody know this person?
Yes. Yeah, social media really, it has helped us tremendously. And then along with having these small rechargeable doorbells or cameras that you're able to capture these images of people, and then we do get a still image and we are able to post it onto social media. It has helped us tremendously in identifying people, that have committed these crimes.
Yeah, I would think that it would be an aid. So good stuff. I hope it makes somebody think about it.
Think twice, yeah.
It does act as a deterrent. Like years ago when we used to have the break-ins and ADT came out with the system and they put the sign in the front yard that we have an ADT system. It was deterring people. They'd look for the next door. Well, now they're looking for these Ring or Blink cameras that people are putting for doorbells now.
Right. And that's just for the front door, right? So we have some cameras that go around the house and in the garage. So, like, we have how many cameras? 8?
8.
Okay.
We might have more.
A little excessive, but hey, we got every view, every side, back, front.
And it's all DVR'd.
So, right. And that's important. So, when there was a rash of car thefts or burglaries in the area, we would go back because some people would
We could see the neighbor's driveway.
and we can see the cars going by. I mean, if we had a little bit higher resolution, it might have been better.
That might be in the future. You know, I never know. It might be time for an upgrade.
Yeah, but it helps.
Yes, it definitely does help. And so we talked about the front porch, ring your regular Ring doorbell camera that everybody thinks about. But these companies now are making wireless cameras or wired cameras that make it so simple with using your Wi-Fi signal inside your house. And you could have them mounted all the way around your house. You could be replacing your floodlights on the side of your house with the motion activation with these cameras installed. And you are getting tremendous quality out of the picture of them.
Okay, so Wi-Fi, though, can be temperamental.
Yes, it can be. It can be. And again, you talked about it being saved on your DVR. This is saved in a cloud, but you are getting real time, up to the minute live view on these cameras. And everybody has a smartphone anymore. So
Yeah, we could be wherever, thousands of miles away, and we have the app, and we're checking out things at
you know exactly what's
Yeah.
going on at home.
Right.
Right. You're talking about the higher resolution cameras. Just at the office, what we were just talking about, our roof camera, when we got it a few years ago, oh my God, this is state of the art. This is great. And then we got this new one. It's 4K. I don't know how many. It's the resolution is amazing. It makes the other one look like black and white and grainy pictures.
It's amazing how technology changes. And
Yeah.
just like you said, it's only a few years ago, and we went from 1080 now to 4K.
Right. It's amazing.
Okay, so, scams have been with us since the beginning of time, right? So, but I did see a lot of creative scammers pop up, because of COVID. And unfortunately, when the world is in a pandemic, you would think it would be a time where they would just step away, but it actually has increased. How about you? What kind of scams have you seen?
Yes. So everybody has heard about the Social Security scam. We did report after report after report of that, and they're staying ahead constantly of the curve. They have what's new, what's coming up next. We've had scams of unemployment fraud where they are taking advantage of the extra money that people were getting that were unemployed during COVID, and they were actually having it transferred. They were creating fictitious unemployment compensation scams. We've had, other scams where they say that they're in a third world country, they're having an issue getting back, or, it's a long lost family member. I don't want to say, that that this is something that would be just for the elderly, because these scams we're finding, they're believable to your lane person. It's not just your elderly person that they're taking advantage of anymore, because they're the fear factor is what they're putting in to the person, whether it's, a family member is sick or ill and needs to get back to the United States, or, from one state to another, or if it's, possible imprisonment. A lot of times you hear them that when we get the reports, they say, they were sending the sheriff to pick me up if I don't pay my Social Security or whatever the charge and the scam was that they were coming up with. And it just puts people in fear. But anytime they ever ask you to pay with any type of app on your phone, a
gift card.
A gift card is a big red flag.
the Apple gift cards, or anything that is like, now we're into the Bitcoin if they're looking for money that way, it's going to be a scam. The IRS is not going to call you on the phone. They're going to send you a letter. It's going to be followed up with things that you'll be able to, you'll be able to pinpoint exactly where it is coming from if it is a realistic approach. So
you were talking about the unemployment scam. So we were at the office. What was it, about a year ago, Jackie? We were up there.
Probably.
And we're looking through the mail, and we open the mail, and she opens the mail. She's right there. She goes, "Oh," she goes, "Did you file for unemployment?" And I said, "What?" I said, "What are you, out of your mind?" She goes, "Well, somebody did.
Yeah.
So somebody filed for unemployment
With your social
with
security
they had the right social security
and your name.
Yeah, they had all the information. So I went to there's an unemployment, there's a website. I went there, and there's a way to report it and lock it down to make sure that nobody does it again. And, and we also have those identity fraud, identity theft protection from various sites. We have that also. But, you think that I thought that my social security number, it's secure. Nobody's got that. But man, they had the information. They knew where to send it. It's a dangerous world out there.
Right. And I would always check with the person, whomever that would, it just happened to be Pat. I would check that it was a legitimate thing. But how many people, employers, just think it's real?
It was happening more frequently than you would even imagine, that because you have companies that have, 1,000 employees or more.
Yes.
And they don't know that employee by their first name. And it was during the time of COVID where everybody was out of work, and it was a real time where people were struggling. So the owners of the businesses or HR was just signing off on it. And then they were finding out weeks or months later, because people were getting mailers from the unemployment stating that, your check was deposited, or, they were getting reimbursements to their actual physical address and not the address that the person had filed it under.
Keeps you guys busy.
It does.
Do you ever track anybody down?
It's so tough because of their reporting to a third-party site, and then the third-party site is then telling the individual. So it really is, there's a lot of steps to go through to track something like that down.
Well, I just looked through my phone because every day I get 2 or 3 phone calls, and as soon as I hit delete, another call comes in. And they're all these different numbers, 610, all like out-of-state numbers. And so it's the same recording, it's the same voice each and every time. And it says something about either the Social Security or IRS. And it says, in this number, and you are to report. And I just delete. I don't think I've ever listened to the full message. But every day, my phone is blowing up from this. And I can clearly see that it's a scam. But not too long ago, I did receive a phone call on my phone from none other than the Lackawanna Sheriff's Department and Lackawanna County Sheriff's Department. And it actually gave a name of someone that's in that department, but the title lieutenant. So I happen to know Mark and the sheriff, and so I called him on a cell, and I'm like, hey, is this legit? He said, no, please post it. And so I did, but that's the scary thing. They're using real information, saying that unless I wanted to be arrested, I was to turn myself in to the Lackawanna County Sheriff's Department that day.
And the numbers that they're coming from comes up.
Sailorsburg or something.
Yeah, but sometimes they can...
they could even put it where it's coming up the number of that police department or the sheriff's office.
Right.
And that's the best thing to do. So if you do feel as though, you are being scammed, or there is a potential that it is a scam, contact that department or contact your local police department, and they will follow up to make sure if it is legit or if it is a scam. But I could almost guarantee you that the sheriff's department is not calling you.
Right.
They're sending you a notice.
That's what they said.
Or they're coming in, they're going to knock on your door, and, whatever the issue is, it could be taken care of, in a timely fashion. They're not giving you 24 hours to turn yourself in or pay them, X amount of dollars in Apple gift cards.
Right. So that day when I posted that, I can't tell you how many fellow realtors reached out to me and said they got the same message. So it was someone that was hitting the realtors that had a list of us, that had a list of our cell phones. So, I mean, Pat always says I should have been a cop, but like...
Yeah, she should have been a cop.
But so, and then along those lines, every so often, we haven't had one, knock on wood, please.
Knock on my head.
They hit my office. So they send out a text and an email to the agents in the office, and they use various names of the people in our office, and it's usually me, but sometimes it's my dad who's been deceased for 12 years, and it says, "I'm in an important meeting. Can you please just text me? I can't take your call. Jack Ruddy." Well, everybody knows it's not Jack Ruddy, but sometimes they say it's Jackie Ruddy or Pat or somebody else in our office. And what they want is gift cards. So the last time they did that, and they'll send it to me like an idiot. They'll send it to me too. So last time this person did this, I went back and forth. And they said, "Tell me when you get to the store." "Okay, I'm on my way." Well, I did this all day long.
All day long, yeah.
I played with this person. "Are you there yet?" "Oh, I had to go pick up my son. I'm on my way now." So I just kept putting it off. And we haven't had one since then.
Yeah, that's
what I'm thinking. But they do this to real estate offices. Another person that has, or I don't know where are they, a lot of times these people are overseas.
They're overseas, yes. And
but they're getting our lists.
Yes, and they're funneling, the money through different chains, and with these gift cards, it's impossible. It's impossible to track it. Once you put money on a gift card, or even, some of the other prepaid debit cards, it's almost impossible. Once you put the numbers in or you give them to them over the phone, it's almost untraceable.
You would think, though, in this digital age, there would be some way to track it. You would think, but I get what you're saying. But I was like, so this person won hundreds of dollars of gift cards. I said, "Well, geez, I only brought $10 with me today. Let me go get some more money." I just kept going with it. He was tired of it. But the next day, I texted him, no response.
I got the gift cards.
I did. I said, "I have them. What do you want me to do with them?" He was gone because they delete whatever app they're using.
And then
right?
they move on to the next.
Right.
Yes.
They move on to the next. All right. So it keeps you hopping. What else is going on in the way of scams? You seeing anything else? Hearing anything else?
They are the most pressing. That's what we're seeing the most is, but there's so many assortments of it that it's hard to just say, this is what is going on now. The scams they're almost endless. Anything you could think up of a bill that you pay, something that can come up with a family member or anything, they're trying to exploit that.
Terrible, terrible people. Tom Richardson, patrolman with the Dunmore Police Department. Thank you for being here with us today. We're headed towards a break. Before we go, I have a news article from Pennsylvania Association of Realtors. Crime and safety top cost of living, school quality for buyers. Timely information here. 50% of home buyers who bought since the pandemic back into 2020 cited crime and safety as their top factor for moving. As more consumers relocated to the suburbs or a smaller city near a large metro, it is not surprising that crime was the top concern. Buyers were also considerate of cost of living. That's why they're coming to Scranton. We've seen an influx, definitely. And so they want the quality of schools to be in a factor as well. And this is according to Redfin. Taxes were important. Nearly a quarter of buyers wanted to make sure there was also diversity in the area. For renters, 40% cited cost of living, 35% cited crime and safety as a top concern when moving, and school quality was also important. For those who relocated to a new area compared to those who moved within the same area, they were more likely to cite taxes and climate change as a reason to move. For those that remained in the same area, it said crime, safety were the top factor, while they also said cost of living and school quality were main top concerns. For those that relocated to a new area, 42% said crime and safety was their top concern. So there you have it. Crime and safety.
Crime and safety.
All
well,
right.
they have down in New York City that no bail. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
So you bring a guy in, and then he gets in front of a judge, says no bail. Make sure you come back in 3 weeks. He says yes, sir, and he goes out and he commits more crime.
Well, everything I read on some of my apps, some social media apps, get out of cities, get out of cities, get out of cities. Everything, get out of there. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM. The Talker will be right back.
The talented team of professionals at Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. They're not just real estate agents, they're agents of change. They're on a never-ending quest for the best for you and your family. They can help you find precisely what you want at this time in your life. A computer, a website, an app, and a listing by itself can't do that. They're obsessed with better and deliver extraordinary, embracing the what if, not just the what's been done before, with a level of accountability and honesty not found anywhere else in the real estate industry. Don't settle for average, okay, or just all right. This change in your life is monumental, and there's only one Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate that will help you rock that change. Call 570-344-6724 and visit jruddy.com, JRUDDY.com. Each Century 21 office is independently owned and operated.
We're back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, in with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
And we're back.
With Tom Richardson, patrolman with Dunmore Police Department. Thanks so much for being here. We're talking about scams, what's happening out there, and so it keeps your job, unfortunately, interesting. And they're always a step ahead of us, aren't they?
Yes.
Criminals, they are very creative. Cybercrime sees uptick in Pennsylvania. So this is not good, but people need to know. Pennsylvania ranks as one of the top 10 states in cybercrime. We're number 6 in number of victims, and that's with a little over than 18,000 reporting crimes. Losses totaled more than $108 million in 2020, and making us 8th in the country. That's up about $13 million from 2019. This is not good news. We're headed in the wrong direction here. And real estate is often targeted. So we're seeing, how are we seeing it? We're seeing where people are hitting our email accounts and hitting buyers that have cash funds and telling them, and you've probably heard of this,
Yes.
telling them to wire money. And it looks legitimate. It looks like a legitimate real estate person is sending an email, or a title company or an attorney. People aren't questioning it. They're wiring this money never to see it again, wiping out their savings, all that they've saved so hard for all their life. Hundreds
Yes.
of thousands of dollars gone in a second.
We have seen it quite a few times, especially with rental properties.
Yes.
So people got into the posting pictures of their houses on Craigslist.
Right, they're
or
still listing information from our listings and put it up there as a
They're
house.
scraping
as a
it.
house for rent.
Right.
And then they're saying, you could Venmo me or PayPal me the money, and, or again, going back to the gift cards, that they'll take the money any way there is possible. And we've had, people, and you feel so bad because we've had people, they show up there at the house, at the property, because they have the address, they have the contract signed, everything, and the apartment it's not for rent, or
It's not real.
Somebody, maybe it was for sale, and there's a new buyer in there, and the people who are listing it the correct way and trying to sell it, they're unaware that any of this is going on in the background. And now we run into a dispute between people saying, well, you rented me the property, and people saying, well, I just bought the property. And we've been on quite a few.
And then they'll say, well, I'm deployed right now. That's a big one. They'll say, I'm deployed or I'm out of the area. Go take a look at it and then Venmo me or PayPal me or get me the money somehow. That's usually, they try to like play on your emotions.
We see vehicles even being sold that way and they play on that. I'm deployed. Here's the pictures of the vehicle. You can come and pick it up. It's parked at my parents' house, et cetera, and just send me the money. I'm really hurting. The real thing you have to look at is if it seems too good to be true,
it is.
Then it is. You're not getting a 2021 Ford F-350 for $500.
Well, see, this is where the criminals is smart because
go after greed.
They take the listing that we have for sale, go on our sites, scrape the information, take all the interior photos and make it look beautiful, and then value it and put a price on it that's under current market value. So the rental in real life, if it was a true rental, might be a $1,500 rental. They throw it up for $500 a month, so they get all of these people that want it.
Yes,
and they're taking
$500 from each one of those people because they're not actually giving them anything, so they're not at a loss. They can keep it for rent forever as long as people continue to, fall for the scam. It's why you should meet the landlord in person or your, real estate agent in person and have a face-to-face conversation. But going back to that 2020 report, a lot of it wasn't face-to-face, so that's where they were able to exploit it. Everything was done over the phone or online.
And as soon as we get the money, we'll mail you the keys.
Yes.
That's what they say.
Yep.
Keys never come.
Never see keys.
And you're out, all that money's gone.
And it's usually the people who don't have the money is wiping them out. It's sad.
It is. So, we like to keep people safe, but that Craigslist scam was here long before COVID. We've been dealing with it for years now. We go in once we find out, but you're right. We don't know a lot of the times. We go in, we flag it, we take it down. But it could be devastating. And just so that people are aware out there, and like you said, it's too good to be true. Yes, it is. So
that's why you got to deal with a reputable realtor.
Yes.
But we tell people, if you are a cash buyer, you verify that wire transfer on that before closing with the title company, with the person you've been talking to, with your realtor. Call them, double check. Do not go by just an email.
Yes. Yeah. At least meet the person in some fashion,
right.
Or do some type of background on it, on the person or the email address. If it's a real estate company, look on their website, see if their emails are, does match up to the email that is emailing you.
They're very cunning because it's like it'll look like it'll be my email and then they'll have a number on it, so glancing at it quickly, you think it's me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So always double check, pick up that phone, or like you said, go in person and make sure, because once that money leaves your account, it's gone.
It's gone.
You can't get it back. So it's scary. So we like to make sure that everybody is informed and does their due diligence. All right, Tom Richardson, patrolman with the Dunmore Police Department. Will you come back next week?
Absolutely.
We'll talk about home security, keeping our homes, our families, and our cars in our garage and driveways safe. We'll talk about all the neat tips and tricks that you have regarding that. I have one more article. If you love to ski but don't want to spend an arm and a leg on property nearby, guess what they're telling people to do? This is according to the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors.
Move to Canada.
Head to Scranton.
Oh.
No, we got to keep the...
That's right. We got Montage and Camelback and Elk.
Realtor.com just named Scranton the fourth... Scranton. I just did it. I said it. Scranton. It is Scranton. Realtor.com just named Scranton the fourth most affordable ski town in the U.S. in 2021. That's thanks to its close proximity to a variety of skiing options to the Poconos and Elk Mountain and Montage Mountain. So it's a great area to ski. Do you like to ski, Tim?
No,
I don't either.
No, I'm too old to ski.
Yeah. No, we don't ski. So that's good news for our area. Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker.